Noble Jaison. Richelieu and Mazarin has done much to reduce our power. They've created the intendant system, destroyed our castles, and divided France into 32 states. We have to do something about this.
Why don't us nobles kill Louis?
Oui.
Eventually.
After Louis escaped from the nobles' rebellion, his flight from Paris was a scarring experience for him.
Later.
He was forced to sleep in a barn, which led to his nickname, the King of Straw. The Fronde would continue to impact King Louis XIV until his death by gangrene at the age of 76.
Many months later.
Nobles, I have come to stop you with the centralized bureaucracy and a loyalist army.
We'll just be like,
Meanwhile.
The Fronde would teach Louis 3 principles that would guide him from then on. First, that the city of Paris could not be trusted. Second, that he must never let a noble's power rival his own. And third, he learned a king must rule absolutely.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king.
Louis, I'm dying.
But am I ready to rule? That's just moi.
Louis, although in love with another woman, dutifully married Maria Theresa of Austria, a daughter of the Spanish king. Louis eventually used this union in an attempt to take control of Spain through his new grandson, Philip.
Whoa, I think I see something.
Eventually, France would fall to this grand alliance.
The signing of the Peace of Utrecht marked the end of the War of Spanish Succession. It also brought Louis's wars and his expansionist ideals to a close. This is largely in part due to the Grand Alliance, an international coalition formed to contain Louis and restore the balance of power in Europe.
Having learned that Paris was not to be trusted, decided to move his palace to Versailles. He built a large, magnificent castle that exemplified French classicalism. However, this castle's creation and maintenance would drain the royal coffers, along with Louis's numerous wars. This drain on royal money would eventually contribute to the French Revolution. One especially expensive room in Versailles was the Hall of Mirrors, a famous expression of opulence and wealth. Furthermore, Versailles had an extensive series of gardens, which were all constantly maintained at the cost of the kingdom. Versailles remains today a monument to Louis XIV's belief in the king's absolute power and divine right.
Versace, 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 whoa, Versace, 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 Versace.
Gobert, how do I restart my economy?
Well, Louis, let me tell you. France's economy, we have to use a new theory of mercantilism. This includes subsidizing private business, such as creating government monopolies and supporting trade deals. Next, we have to use colonies as a source of raw materials and a new market to sell our goods. Also, we have to import nothing. Made in China, not on my watch, and export everything. Next, we have to support our infrastructure, creating new bridges, roads, and canals. Lastly, and most importantly, a nation's net worth must be valued with its gold bullion. We must conserve our gold and try to take the gold of other nations. Do you understand? Although mercantilism was beneficial for France's economy, its effects were countered by the revocation of the Edict of Nantes. Although Louis achieved his goal of uniting France religiously, this hurt its economy by forcing many merchant-class Huguenots out of the country.
Louis was able to consolidate all real power into himself by forcing nearly all nobles to live in his Versailles palace. In doing so, he turned them into a lapdog aristocracy and used them as a facade to display the greatness of French culture to the world. He also used his many ceremonies to demonstrate his superiority and power over the nobles. Although strange, it was an honor to watch the king in the awakening ceremony.
You join me for the dressing ceremony in 5 minutes.
That's you, dog.
Throughout his palace, Louis had created a hidden tunnel system to spy on nobles and fulfill his less-than noble desires.
Do not imitate my love of building or war.